seen the look on his mama. Last brother locked up every summer. But you know by ducking through boys every motherfucking morning.
And then the plus, you know that jacket, nigga focus on your motherfucking family and your daughter, and they'll focus on the way. Pay attention to the water.
Never focus on their words.
Pay attention to the action. Get a real nigga, make it. Hey,
I'm the boss on the ship, you can call me the captain. Call us the audience, my whole team like clapping.
You
I'm
know
riding in this big ass Benz, blowing that dodo.
that Mike Tyson weed, that's what I got for shadow.
Looking through my neighborhood, wondering
When
when
we
we
gon'
gon' come up.
When we gon' stop fumbling? Stop all that fat ass robbery and get some money.
Fuck nigga, that ain't the plug. Tell him, man.
Oh, nigga, that rob me, right about me.
Change the game.
Don't get your head gone. Make a good time on the later for 2 weeks.
I hate the dad. What a red light.
Catch me in New York. Killer Vernon back to the court. I've been taking some risks, no ain't worried about the consequences. Bitch, you know that I'm ready for it. I can't wait till I get a minute so I can go see the dentist and jump over Christmas Day.
3 women are dead and 1 is in the hospital in critical condition after filming this viral video. Now, this incident happened in Florida early Sunday morning when 4 women were riding in a Jeep Cherokee when the driver missed a turn and left the roadway in the opposite direction, hitting a pole and flipping the vehicle multiple times. This incident took place in Florida on Road SR 19, and the impact from the crash caused the women to be ejected from the vehicle. In the video, you can see women passing an alcoholic beverage from person to person through the vehicle while dancing and seemingly having a good time. Now here you can see the driver holding the alcoholic beverage in her hand. It is unclear whether she was drinking or under the influence or not, but she is holding the bottle of tequila. Now here on the screen, you can see that this person is driving 116 miles per hour. She's now holding a bottle of water, and the speeds kind of vary from between 90 and 116 miles per hour. Now, after being ejected from the vehicle, the driver and one of the passengers were pronounced dead on the scene. Another young lady died at the hospital. Now, this is one of the victims. She goes by the name of Kayla Shea on social media, and unfortunately, she passed away in this incident. This young woman is Kenesha Lewis, and she passed away in the incident as well. The beautiful woman in this photo is listed as Tavia Pugh on social media, and unfortunately, she passed away in the incident as well. Now, this young woman, Mariah Belcher, is the person who is listed to be in critical condition in the hospital. Now, another thing that's important to note is that at the time of the incident, none of the passengers in this vehicle were said to be wearing a seatbelt or a safety restraint. Viewers online believe that this was a person driving under the influence. However, I don't have all the facts. We're going to have to wait for more details to come out, but please use this as a reminder to not drink and drive and always wear your seatbelt. Now, as I said earlier, there is a young woman still fighting for her life. Of course, I will be monitoring this story as more details come out, and I will update you guys when I have more information about the surviving victims.
Shalom. I would like to give all honor, glory, and praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakodash. I would like to give double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Salutations to all you sincere Akim, push his word across the 4 corners of the world. And as you just saw from this opening video, a group of young Eve out there driving late at night under the influence at that, and just being totally reckless. And as you heard from one of those Eves, she was telling the driver to hit the dash, which means to smash that pedal, like go even faster. And as you heard from the report, the ramifications of that type of ill behavior and conduct is always going to lead unto a righteous judgment via Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. And for the ones of you who are not that spiritually built in the spirit, when you see these type of judgments that's being carried forth, then pray more to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai to give you that spiritual tolerance and to stomach these type of divine, harsh judgments Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai is going to bring upon this earth, especially here within America, which is also called Babylon the Great, where this is the focal point of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai's judgment. and where it's about to be a great ethnic cleansing within America, which is a time of threshing. And that takes me right to 2 Ezra 4 verse 30. For the grain of evil seed have been sown in the heart of Adam from the beginning, and how much ungodliness have been brought up unto this time. And pay attention to the high rates of immorality, corruption, just evil doing within this world, especially here within America. And as it stated within Matthew 24 and 12, within the NLT, sin will be rampant everywhere and the love of many will grow cold. So therefore, every day that goes by, and as we get closer to Yahweh's second return upon this earthly realm, then the more colder this world is going to get. And on top of that, the more ungodly and perverse this world is going to get. So how much ungodliness have it brought up until this time? And this American society that's governed by Esau Edom, who is the man of sin, is shifting more to the left on a daily basis. And whereas he gives the license to these type of women, as you just saw from the beginning of this video, to be within that ungodly mindset of free will, degenerate and childish behavior. And I guarantee the 4 out of these women, as you just saw from the beginning of this video, were definitely mothers. And that was the type of reckless behavior and legacy that you left for your family and your friends, and really for the world to see. So again, and how much ungodliness have been brought up until this time? And how much should it yet bring forth until the time of threshing come? So remember, it's about to be a great culling, like a great ethnic cleansing within this world. And again, especially America. Remember, it's stated within Isaiah 34 and 6, how the Lord Yahweh Bahashim Yahushua has a sacrifice in Basra, which was the ancient capital city of Edom, or the so-called Caucasian race within today's time. So therefore, that could be interchangeable with America, because the nation of Esau Edom governs America. And for the ones of our people that are like-minded like Esau and want to offer up that ungodly sacrifice unto Yahweh Bahashim Yahushua via their grace period, they're going to suffer the same fate as Esau Edom, which means that the rebellious 2/3 of our people are likened unto dross. And that's something regarded as worthless. It's like debris, it's rubbish. And as it's stated within Ezekiel 22 verse 20, how Yahweh Bahashim Yahushua is going to gather 2/3 in his anger and within his fury, and how he's going to leave 2/3 of our people here within that great sinful kingdom, aka America. And he's going to melt them, which means he's going to burn them, because of impending destruction that's coming to America. And that's because it's about to be a great sacrifice in Basra. So again, how much should it yet bring forth until the time of threshing come? And I see why, according to the book of Job 39:17, it states of how Yahweh Bahashim Yahushua has deprived her of wisdom, referring to the woman, and how he has not imparted her of understanding, which goes into by having that spiritual insight of the deepness of the scriptures, like the meat part of the scriptures. But from another aspect, just situational awareness. Like you have a group of women and they're all intoxicated, under the influence, and not one of them had the common courtesy or the common sense to tell the driver to slow down while she was going 116 miles per hour. And from another report, it stated that she came across a left-handed curve, and I guess she tried to veer it, which caused her SUV to flip over several times. And to make things even more ironic, the driver within this video, like just last week, she just made a reaction post of this Memphis rapper by the name of Big Boogie, who lost his sister as a passenger due to drunk driving in a high-speed police chase. So the driver stated that's why she be scared as F when people be driving and she be in the car with them. But just days later, Yahweh Bahashim Yahushua programmed her to be in an even more tragic occurrence. So again, no situational awareness skills. And according to the AI overview, situational awareness defines as the ability to perceive, understand, and effectively respond to one's situation, encompassing comprehending circumstances, gathering relevant information, analyzing it, and making informed decisions to address potential risks or events. Yeah, like you should not be this heavily intoxicated and driving, and on top of that, late at night, where your visibility is not that clear or focused. And Yahweh Bahashim Yahushua knew exactly what they was talking about, as in prohibiting a large group of women together, like a pack of hyenas. Like, for instance, a girls' night out. Because at the end of the day, that type of company or assembly will always resort to vainglory, folly, adultery, or within this sense, righteous judgment. And that takes me right to Ecclesiasticus 25 verse 25. Give the water no passage, neither a wicked woman liberty to get abroad. And when you think about liberty, you think about freedom. Within this sense, feminism, which was a left-handed movement that was devised by the man of sin himself, Esau Edom, that gave the license to these modern women the idea of sexual liberation or freedom. And another devised mechanism was social media. So these two components, feminism and social media, has totally disrupted that family unit or structure, especially within the Israelites' family households. And whereas it has given the weaker vessel, which is the woman, the power to be a god. And that's because she's worshipped as if she's on a pedestal. And look how even more powerful these women have become ever since social media has came about. And that's just something that modern men cannot compete with. Only a divine intervention will take that down. And that's Yahweh Shai. So give the water no passage, neither a wicked woman liberty to gad abroad. And when you think about that word Gad, it brings attention to one of the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel, which is the tribe of Gad or God, who are the so-called North American Indians or the so-called Native Americans. And that word Gad means troop, which also means to gather, move, or march in or as in a crowd. So it's likened unto a large group or assembly, a flock. And within this sense, regarding these intoxicated and irresponsible Eves, a pack of hyenas. So regarding these modern women, when you see these byproducts of Sexy Red or Glorilla, and they're all banded together, like within a large group or a flock or a pack, it's going to be nothing but ungodly behavior and conduct, just total folly. And these type of Eves represent black culture to its fullest. And this also shows you through the spirit how women have to be correctly guided. Because if not, look at their decision making. And for the ones of you who might disagree, you're caught up into this modern day way of feminism, you might bring to the point, like, look at the men. Like, they be driving heavily intoxicated and having fatal accidents. And I guarantee 9 out of 10 times, those type of emotional so-called men be single-handedly raised by women. So therefore, they go off the vibration of a woman. So again, it's stated, give the water no passage, neither a wicked woman liberty to gad abroad. So this is an ancient Eastern direct cut to a girl's night out or a ladies' night out. You have a lot of these modern women, they go on cruises together, and you will hear about all types of whoredom and adultery. So again, it's a spiritual reason why Yahweh Bahashim Yahushua has a mastermind to prohibit a company of women just hanging out, especially at nighttime, just being messy, gossiping, getting drunk, and knowing that you are the weaker vessel. And whereas it's just wise for you to have a covering, which is a righteous man. And as crazy and left-handed that this world is getting day by day, you sincere sisters of the hopeful elect are now realizing how significant it is to seek the old paths. Because at the end of the day, that's the good way. And this is one of the many examples of seeking those good paths. Which takes me right to Titus 2:1. But speak thou the things which become sound doctrine. And that sound goes into like wholesome or healthy. And that's by rightly dividing the word of Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai. Teaching in truth and sincerity. Like applying Yahushai. And as you should know, Yahushai was of the truth. That the aged men be sober, grave, temperate, sound in faith, in charity, in patience. Verse 3. The aged women likewise, they be in behavior as becoming holiness, not false accusers, not given too much wine, teachers of good things. And again, from this opening video, this is a grave example of applying the opposite of Titus chapter 2, verse 3. Even though they were younger women, but they was not in tune by applying this scripture right here. And that's because more than likely, their mothers or grandmothers did not properly teach them. And let's put an exception to the rule, and let's say if they did. These young group of Eve did not properly follow wise counsel. As you can see, they were totally rebellious, disobedient. And you see the consequences by not applying the scriptures. Verse 4, that they may teach the young women to be sober, to love their husbands, to love their children. And that's exactly where they should have been, at the house, especially at that time of night. Verse 5, to be discreet, which means to be modest, like trying your best to be careful and to avoid social embarrassment. And as you can see, these modern women, they love seeking attention, especially on social media. And that's because a woman's currency is attention. And they lack these valuable traits, such as self-restraint, or being modest, or being discreet. Like that type of emblem, that's beautiful on a woman. However, the serpent has taught them otherwise, like to be free, and do as thou wilt. And look at the aftermath in today's time by following after that degenerate dogma. Like, look at the case of current dating, of current relationships in the dating world, where more and more people are single nowadays. And that's because a lot of men are coming to their senses and they do not want to deal with that type of madness or confusion. So again, to be discreet, chaste, keepers at home. And these so-called women, they love to boast about being outspoken or being outside. And if these young Eves applied this scripture right here alone, then they will have been safe and sound. And it says, good, obedient, or submissive to their own husbands. And those words, obedient or submissive, within westernized society, is likened unto a taboo. And it only means that you're complying or being subjected to your man. And for the most case, only you so-called American black women have a problem with those words. And we're going to see the consequences in the times that are coming, because you can feel an impending doom is definitely coming to America, and that's coming very soon. And for the ones of you who want to be plugged into this Western way of life, hence feminism, caught up into all this modern social media, then therefore you're going to be dealt with by Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai. Because it's quite obvious that Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai is not playing with the type of horrible judgments that he's bringing upon you modern women. So to be discreet, chaste, keepers at home, good, obedient to their own husbands, that the word of Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai be not blasphemed. So like I stated earlier within this video, like pray to Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai if you cannot spiritually stomach the type of judgments that's going on right now. Because very soon, that door of mercy or grace is about to be shut. Just like unto that grace or that mercy when our great forefather Noah was preaching or prophesying. And for the ones of those people who were rebellious or disobedient, they misused Noah at that time frame. What were the ramifications because of their actions, conduct, or behavior? They receive a heavy judgment by that flood. So if in this sense, take heed unto the mouth of Yahweh Bahashem Yahushua's holy prophets, which begins with the elder apostles, bishops, elders, and the sincere Akim on down, and also for the ones of our brethren that are like-minded unto that same doctrine, which is ultimately the doctrine or the testimony of Yahushua. And that's because a great threshing or a great ethnic cleansing is about to get ready to approach America very soon. Because if not, then you're going to be opened up into all those elements, hence those spirits of vengeance Yahweh Bahashem Yahushua is going to have out here. And it's no coincidence why you see sincere men of Great Millstone and like-minded brothers keep harping on videos and admonishing you modern women, especially you powerful Israelite women. Like, that's a cautionary telltale sign within itself. So again, hey, take heed. And that takes me right to Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 3, verse 15. For glorious is the fruit of good labors, and the roots of wisdom should never fall away. As for the children of adulterers, which is referring to the 2/3 of our people who are likened unto that dross, which is that unwanted materials or rubbish or debris, they should not come to their perfection, which means to come into the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of Yahweh Bahashem Yahushua. And the seed of an unrighteous bed should be rooted out. For though they live long, yet shall they be nothing regarded, and their last age should be without honor. Or if they die quickly, they have no hope, neither comfort in the day of trial. And that main day of trial or tribulation is definitely approaching, which is the time of Jacob's trouble, a time frame that this world has never seen nor experienced before. Verse 19, for horrible is the end of the unrighteous generation. And that's exactly the case of these young Eves that received that harsh, swift judgment of Yahweh Bahashem Yahushua. Like, look at their so-called legacy that they left moments before Yahweh Bahashem Yahushua took them out. So I brought this out with this. Hopefully you all was edified. You all stay strong. Keep pushing forward. Shalom.